All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And then, whoops. Oh, let me see. There we go. Okay, all right. Well, I know we have a few that are coming on or getting on later, and that is okay.
Yeah.
So I am recording for that reason. If you have any questions, feel free to like mute yourself, unmute if you have any questions.
Sure.
And or type them in the chat, and if I don't see it, just let me know as well.
Okay.
But I'm here to answer any questions you may have. I'm going to share this Zoom link in the group real quick just to make sure everybody has it.
Yes.
All right. And there we go. It's such a nice day too. Like I'm like, okay, quickly.
Well, you know,
so that we can go play outside.
Yeah, Emma and I walked yesterday for over an hour.
Oh, that's amazing.
We've never done that long.
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't blame you. Like the kids were outside all day, and then our little dog ran away in the woods. So then we were outside chasing her for an hour around the woods.
Oh no!
Which gave us some exercise. But
right.
Oh man, she has been wiped out ever since.
No, that's what Pixie did yesterday. Emma wanted to take her around the whole time, and the dog was just like, "Nope, I'm going home." And the dog laid on the ottoman all night, did not move.
All right, let me.
Don't you miss Calgary years, Ashley? Come on.
So now we're in like preteen, so I don't know. I might try.
Well, you know, here's the thing: is Emma's gonna be 5 in November, and already I'm getting
I'm 4.
We're already getting the where is she going to kindergarten question?
Yeah.
No. Oh, well, you know, so and so has a better program than the other one. I'm like, oh dear. Huh?
Where are you guys going?
Well, I mean, she's a friendship company right now.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, we have our choices of District 90 or St. Clair.
Yeah. Well, I've heard Friendship Company is really good.
They are fabulous. And they're a block away.
Yeah, I have a couple friends who their kiddos. All right, so real quick on these muffins.
I have
to do
Can I tell you something?
A ton of fruits and veggies. And I like to, and I actually forgot my cauliflower rice outside, but I usually put cauliflower rice in my egg muffins. Let's see if I have these in here. I do. Okay. So I either buy in bulk from Sam's. The cauliflower rice, there's like 5 big bags in one giant bag. Or this is another one that I really like. From Target, the Green Giant, they have this is like a risotto, so there's mushroom and asparagus in here, extra veggies. Aldi has a really good cauliflower rice that is like, I don't know, $1.79 or something. I'm just smashing this up so I can get you. A little bit of these. Spinach, I am a fan of like adding spinach, but I mean, you guys know it. Like we buy a big thing of spinach, a big thing of like mixed greens, and then it just goes straight in the trash because we don't use it all and then it spoils. So whenever you buy spinach, life hack, put your spinach in the freezer because then you can keep it and use it forever. I think I have spinach in there that's probably from 2019. But just a little bit of that, like crunched up in your muffin cups. It goes a long way. So I'm actually gonna just do these with frozen veggies, the cauliflower risotto in here. And then I'm gonna mix up about, let's see, 6 whole eggs. And then I also like to use liquid egg whites just because it gives you extra protein and then you don't have to worry about all of the, I know that egg cholesterol isn't as bad for us as like eating like a stick of butter, but some people are a little bit more sensitive to the cholesterol that are in eggs and also maybe have high cholesterol. So you decrease that a little bit. So we just use liquid egg whites that are gone because my husband used them this morning for breakfast. I have some more in the garage. But these are, yep, they're empty right here. These are the liquid egg whites that we use from Aldi. You can find them anywhere. There's like some, like Egg Beaters, I think is the other brand. They have like a liquid egg product that's both yolk and white, but make sure you buy the liquid egg whites, especially if you're watching.
Mine's empty too.
Cholesterol. Oh yeah, there you go, from Sam's Club. You can find them just in the egg section. So
I just used mine on I added them to my egg roll in a bowl. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put egg whites. Yep.
Yeah. And Luke does like historically like high cholesterol is like runs in his family. So he tends to watch his cholesterol as well. So he does a lot more of the egg whites than the whole eggs. So I'm also going to add a little bit of peppers. And I have a ton of peppers. And I went to Fresh Thyme yesterday when I was in Fairview and just happened to see that like their big bags of fresh organic peppers, mini peppers, were like $1.99 a piece. And they're usually like $4 or $5 for a big bag. So I stocked up on those. So we're going to have a lot of peppers in our foods this week. Whether I'm roasting them or having them for snacks. One of my favorite snacks is like fresh peppers and hummus. And I just bought a bunch of Aldi has them and Sam's has them. You can probably find them anywhere. The little like individual 100-calorie like hummus tubs. Those are a great on the go, like throw some peppers in a Ziploc bag. Same thing with baby carrots. Fresh Thyme also had buy one, get one free organic baby carrots yesterday, which was excellent. Love that. So I have a lot of peppers and carrots this week with hummus for snacks. All right, so I'm gonna get these egg bites in the oven real quick. So I cook my egg bites at between 350 and 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending. Because I'm cooking a lot in my oven today, I'm cooking them at 400. If you cook them lower, like I just feel like it takes a little bit longer for them to cook. So I'm gonna speed up the process a little bit today since we're kind of rushed. Y'all, I'm gonna run out to the garage real quick and get the liquid egg whites. So I'll be right back. All right, so I do about 6 whole eggs. And whenever I do, I'm just doing a 6. This is a silicone muffin tin I found at Aldi for like $1 probably. And all the veggies and stuff go in here. This is really, really easy. You don't have to spray it or anything. It just makes for a really easy cleanup. And I just like wash it out. So I do 6 whole eggs. And then I'm all out of breath from running out to the garage. Ooh. And then probably about a half cup of liquid egg whites. And then if I notice that they don't fill up, then I'll add just a little bit more egg whites on the top. And if you're like a fan of cheese, add a little cheese in there. I don't typically measure anything. I just use my eyeballs. And
You put your veggies and toppings and stuff in first and then add your eggs?
I do, yeah, and then I pour the eggs over them. So these will just go right in here. And they do puff up quite a bit. One thing that I didn't do that I needed to do was put these on a cookie sheet first so they don't get all flimsy in the oven. So I found that these silicone muffin tins are great unless you're trying to remove them from the oven and or like carry liquid egg whites to the oven and put them in there, because then you're like, look, and then they spill everywhere and that's a mess. All right, so, and then I typically do 2 to 3 of these are a serving size. So you can get about a whole cup of veggies in a few of these. So you're getting a whole serving of veggies at breakfast, which is amazing. And then my favorite, everything with the bagel seasoning always goes on top. Or you can dump it in there and then mix it in too, like before you put the eggs in. All right, so these are going in, and these will go in at 400 for about 24 minutes. All right, and then I am going to bust out an oatmeal bake real quick and show you guys what that looks like. And this is a kid favorite of ours. So this is, and I did share a recipe for this in the document. What I love about this is like it's an all-in-one. So you get your carbs, your protein, your fruits. I don't sneak any veggies in there. I'm sure you could probably put some cauliflower rice in there and they probably wouldn't know, but I just am not going to try it. They're more of like the sweet than the savory. So we are going to just mix up some eggs and some oats, some almond milk, and toss that in here. And then I'm going to get my air fryer out, and we're going to fry some chicken tenderloins. And then we're also going to do a sheet pan of chicken and veggies. All right. So in this oatmeal bake, we are just going to do, and I do have a recipe in that document. This one is just going to kind of, I'm going to kind of wing it as I go. So we have, we're going to use egg whites for these. Actually, I think I might use whole eggs. Another thing that I like to do during meal prep is hard boil like 6 eggs, because I do have a Cobb salad on the meal plan this week that is amazing. That just grilled chicken, like chicken in the air fryer, chopped romaine, a little bit of like hard boiled eggs chopped up, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and then we either use a Greek yogurt ranch. Like my kids typically prefer this. It's like in the fresh section with the salads, Bolt House Farms. And the other day, my 6-year-old was like, Mom, that's gross. Yogurt and ranch. And I'm like, no, it's not like the Danimals yogurt. It's like Greek yogurt. And she's like, what? Like, why are you? And I'm like, dude, don't even worry about it. It's fine. And she's like, that's weird. Nope, it's good. The Greek yogurt ranch they love, they enjoy, or you can always make your own with a little bit of Greek yogurt, a little bit of milk or unsweetened almond milk, not the vanilla kind, and then also add a little bit of like dill, some herbs, some garlic, and then just kind of whisk that to make a dressing. If you don't have, like if you don't use milk or you don't have plain almond milk, you can always use a little bit of water to thin out the Greek yogurt. Just whisk it though, and then that will turn into a really, really good fresh ranch dressing. We also do the I do just like an oil vinegar, like vinaigrette, where I'll use just a olive oil and like red wine vinegar and a little bit of Dijon mustard, and then some salt and pepper. Put that in a mason jar and shake it up, and that usually lasts in the fridge for about 5 days. You can add like a squeeze of lemon in there, squeeze of lime in there, squeeze of orange in there. You can add a little bit of champagne. You can add a little bit of orange juice. You can kind of just make your own dressing any of those ways, which turns out really, really good. So for the oats, we are going to do about cup to 2, let me see, 2 cups. 2 cups. This may be a little bit thinner though. And then this is where I love Shakeology for all things like health food, nutrition, but I can sneak these extra nutrients in here for my kiddos and they don't even know it. And they don't even complain about it. And the vanilla vegan is my jam. It tastes like, I think it tastes like vanilla cupcakes. And then I just add a couple packets in and it gives them that extra protein and all that extra yumminess, that extra flavor. So we are just gonna mix this together with a fork. Just to kind of stir that in. And then we're gonna add in a couple eggs. I'm actually gonna pour this in a bowl because this is not gonna cut it. Are all of my bowls dirty? Oh. All right. So this oatmeal bake, this is also on my website. It's in that document. But it is a huge favorite of our kiddos because it's tasty. It's everything. There's everything in there. I add chocolate chips to the top. So I'm going to do an extra cup in here. And then we're going to do 2 whole eggs. Drop the eggshell in, of course. That's what we do. We're going to add a little bit of cinnamon. We're going to add a little bit of baking powder. Baking powder helps it rise. A little dash of Himalayan pink sea salt because that just helps bring out the flavor. A little dash of vanilla extract, and then kind of the almond milk as needed. And then I like to add in a little bit of coconut sugar. I prefer coconut sugar over just like traditional table sugar. Coconut sugar is a better alternative. You can also buy just organic cane sugar too. But I just prefer of course I'm having trouble finding my cinnamon. I had a crazy morning, y'all, and like I got home and I was like, the kitchen's a mess, the kids are everywhere, everybody's hungry, like this needs to be done, blah, all the chaos. And I'm like, I didn't even have time to prep for my meal prep today. So here we are. The whole purpose of today is to just share how simple this can be despite the chaos. Just an hour on a Sunday can make a huge, huge difference on keeping healthier habits throughout the week ahead. All right, finishing this up. So we're gonna add in frozen berries. I forgot to get fresh ones at the store. Actually, I do have some fresh blueberries. I was gonna get raspberries and blueberries. So we have baking. All my baking stuff is in the pantry. Walk with me, talk with me. All right, so this is I think I found this at Fresh Time too. That's kind of my go-to store. Coconut, organic, raw coconut sugar. This just goes in here, a little bit of this. Can't really taste a difference. Add some sweetener. I like to add honey to a lot of these things too. The kids just like honey, so we do a lot of honey. And about a teaspoon of baking powder. And here is my, I'm looking for, here it is, it's right in front of my face. Spoon. So when I was younger, probably, let's see, 10, 15 years ago, I used to watch cooking shows all the time and be like, man, I wish I knew how to just make things from the top of my head. Well, over the course of the last 15 years and a lot of practice and a lot of just trial and error and figuring it out, I've just kind of learned that, okay, if I mess up a recipe, it's not a big deal. Just gonna try for the best and follow some recipes, but I've really just taught myself and a lot of, again, trial and error, just kind of one thing at a time, knowing what tastes good together, knowing what doesn't. So we're gonna add in some blueberries to this mix. Need a little bit more almond milk in here. And then I do have some fresh strawberries I bought the other day. I think I'm gonna add just a little touch of honey in here too, to give it a little bit more sweetness. All right, so you want it to be like a, kind of like a banana bread consistency, like a little bit, maybe a little bit thinner than this. The thing with using oats as opposed to using flour is oats are going to be a lot more coarse and a lot, kind of a lot mushier. So I pour a little bit, I mix a little bit, I pour a little bit, I mix a little bit, and then just kind of see how it goes. And then I'll spread this into the pan. And the eggs in here, typically 2 eggs or like a 4th cup of egg whites will just really help bring it all together. All right, so a little bit more honey. Now, alternative to this, you could, and what I would personally prefer, but I don't know that my kids would eat it. Actually, they probably would. Add a little bit of lemon extract or lemon zest, and just do blueberry, vanilla, lemon zest. Blueberry, vanilla, like lemon, oatmeal bake. And then that would, I love like blueberry lemon flavor anyway. And they actually are huge fans of like lemon pound cake and like lemon things like that. So yeah, another alternative to making a tasty little breakfast. I do love adding cinnamon. I don't think I added enough, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. Kind of just adds a little bit of extra flavor in there. You know what? We're gonna go for it. We're gonna add a little bit of lemon. We're gonna just see how this turns out. So about a 1/2 teaspoon in there. And then we've got about 3/4 of a cup of blueberries. I'm gonna add a little bit more frozen in there and keep my fresh ones for my breakfasts this week. So we do have egg muffins. I'm gonna show you a Shakeology Bowl here in just a minute once I get the rest of this stuff in the oven. So we are just loaded up on like a cup of blueberries in here, all the goodness. This is gonna go right in here. And I don't know that we'll be done in time to see the finished product of this, but this usually takes about 30 to 40 minutes to cook. So just a great alternative, a great like grab and go, like cut this up into 6 to 8 squares, easy kid breakfast. They're kind of like granola bars. You can also add like things like chia seeds in here. If you're a fan of like just different kinds of seeds, you can add like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, like if you're doing like the blueberry lemon sunflower seeds, pretty good in there too. So just this delicious little treat. And I think my recipe, I have strawberries that I added to the top. Oh my gosh, not even paying attention. This is why I have gray hairs and wrinkles. Because I have 4 children. One of them is a man child. So strawberries, blueberries, you can add on top, certainly. And yeah. All right, this is going in the oven. And we're good there. And my egg muffins are starting to set up a little bit. We are going to clear out some of this mess. I think I'm done with my egg whites now. And my squash stew takes like less than 5 minutes to make. So I will do that here in just a minute. But I do want to get my air fryer out and get this chicken in there real quick because that does take about 20 minutes. So I'm going to grab that air fryer. This is just a like Amazon find, nothing fancy, NutriChef air fryer. I'm actually going to set the time for that other stuff. 2 ways that I season my chicken. I have this just meat rub that my dad has made. He makes it in bulk and then just sends me, whenever I need a refill, just sends me another jar. And this I found at Academy Sports in like the grilling section. This is called Holy Gospel Barbecue Rub, and it's really good. Like it's kind of like a barbecue chicken. And then I just drizzle with olive oil, and that's it. So olive oil, add some of that on there, and there we have it. Toss that in the air fryer. I just use the manual setting. I put it on the chicken drumstick. I just go to the chicken drumstick and I push start. And the chicken drumstick cooks it at 400 for 20 minutes. I usually check it at about 15, 12 to 15, and then give it a little shake, or I turn them over and put them back in there and let them finish up. So we are going to get these in here. Can I peel this? So these are ideal for, like I was talking about salads this week. So I'm going to do a Cobb salad. I always do chicken, like just chopped up chicken on there. Greek salad is same, like chicken. I just keep the same seasoning on all of it. And then I'll do, for a Greek salad, I'll do cucumber, I'll do Kalamata olives, I'll do cherry tomatoes, and then like a feta cheese. So these are, you get about 6. These are from Sam's too. These are the like fresh organic chicken tenderloins. I like the fresh ones the best just because, I don't know, I'm like an on-the-go air fryer kind of person, and I like to have them fresh. If they're not fresh, if they're frozen, like yesterday, I just threw a whole bunch of frozen chicken tenderloins in my Instant Pot and some barbecue sauce, and I put it on slow cook, and that cooked for 4 hours, and it turned out great. And then we just had barbecue pulled chicken sandwiches last night for dinner, and that was an easy, like I wasn't going to be home yesterday, I had a million things to do, so by the time I got home, dinner was already done, especially since I hadn't really prepped anything. So about 2 tablespoons of seasoning in here. Just kind of give this a little toss. I make sure that they're all pretty evenly coated. You can also just do like salt, pepper, paprika. If you like a little spice, do some red pepper flakes in there. Chili powder, chipotle seasoning, a lemon pepper seasoning is really, really good on chicken in the air fryer too. Nothing fancy. And then I feel like they need a little bit more. another little tablespoon or so. And then into the air fryer. Rusty, what are you cooking over there?
Working on some egg cups at the moment. But mine just have bacon and eggs and spinach and maybe some sausage and cheese. Because I am not full of vegetables today like I thought I was.
Yeah, that was me yesterday, like, oh crap. Here I am, like doing a meal prep, and I don't have as many vegetables as I thought. So I was like, I gotta pop into Fresh Time and grab some extra things.
Yeah,
So-
Al and Emma went to the store and I sent a list and still forgot to add things to it. So, oh well. But we are gonna have crack chicken this week at some point. He got chicken.
Isn't that
But-
like a crock pot thing?
Yes,
Yeah, it's like ranch and like bacon and cheese and
cream cheese.
yes, that sounds amazing.
And it's, I mean, you throw in your chicken, your cream cheese, and your ranch packet, and that's it.
Yeah,
So I guess I don't really need to prep that one. Just
that's easy.
yeah. I want to make some Shakeology balls too.
Oh yeah. Let me get this chicken in actually, I think I'm gonna just do I was gonna do sheet pan chicken, but I have chicken sausage. So I'm gonna do a sheet pan chicken sausage instead, and then save those tenderloins for the air fryer so that way I have them for salad.
Nice.
So the chicken sausage, this is another really awesome Aldi find. And we do have carbs. We do eat carbs. I did not get my potatoes cut up like I planned. So I'm probably just going to do them separate. I'm going to cut up my potatoes and then just cook them in the air fryer. So this sheet pan is going to be chicken sausage, and I have peppers and green beans and asparagus. And of course I forgot to get onions, but I usually do onions on there as well. So I'm just going to slice up my chicken sausage. This is just it's a chicken and apple. So this is, and it's pre-cooked, so I don't typically worry about like if it's going to be undercooked or anything like that. Just about
Those link
half
sausages?
slices. What'd you say?
Are they link sausages?
Yeah, they're just little like chicken and apple. Find them at Aldi in like the lunch meat section. So these are going to go on here. And then we're going to add in some green beans. These are just fresh. Here are my scissors. Fresh, organic French green beans. Sam's, I like to buy in bulk. They do have these at Aldi. I've seen the like French green beans. Just a quick rinse under the sink. And this whole sheet pan, I will drizzle with olive oil and then season with the seasoning that my dad makes. And then also I wanted to share another find that I have at Aldi that is a favorite of ours. And this makes for like an easy dinner during the week. These turkey tenderloins, they're like a whole package. It looks like a pork loin, but it's turkey. And these are just like a quick in the oven, the rotisserie flavor. There's like a cracked pepper that's really good. But these are like a really good, just a different, like, I'm tired of cooking chicken all the time, or like the kids want something else, or I don't want to cook a whole turkey. These are a really, really good one for that. So I'm going to chop up some peppers. I think my egg cups are done. Not quite. We're going to leave them in there. So these are just going to be chopped up a little bit. Oh, and another, let me show you guys these too once I get these peppers in here. We also grilled chicken burgers today, which I know you can find them at Target. I don't know that, I think Aldi has a Mediterranean chicken burger that's in the freezer section, kind of where like the frozen chicken is. They're really, really good, but they do have kind of a higher sodium content, but they're a great alternative to just like a regular old burger. So these are from, I think I got these at Trader Joe's a few weeks ago. And they are just an easy, husband tossed them on the grill today, 4 in a package, and they're really tasty. I love them. So these look like this. So he grilled these earlier, and they're just chicken, just like a chicken patty, but they're like, I can't even remember the flavor. Let me look. I might have them in that. I do. Chili lime chicken burgers from Trader Joe's. And they are heavenly. So to chop these up and throw them on a salad, or like eat them with like lettuce wraps, or I did buy like whole grain sandwich thins. So we'll probably do these with sandwich thins. And then I like to do like a little bit of avocado or guacamole on the top and make a burger. And they taste really, really good. So those are going to go into a meal prep container for meal prep this week. We are just about done getting these peppers on here. And that is going to be another meal. And my kiddos love these chicken sausages too. They will eat them for dinner. So that's an easy, this is an easy sheet pan. They love peppers, they love green beans. Fortunately, like they will eat nearly everything that I am cooking today. And then chicken in the air fryer too. Like they love like just barbecue chicken is one of their faves. So, all right, we have a sheet pan loaded up of sausage, peppers, and green beans. And then I'm just gonna drizzle with olive oil and then kind of give those a little toss. And then add a little bit of this seasoning that my dad makes on these veggies. And then a little toss. All right, so that is our sheet pan. Now, a couple other things that I don't know if I'm going to get to today. And that's just an easy little, like, yummy, summery, fresh. So, like brown rice. To serve this over brown rice is a good alternative. Add a little soy sauce or like Worcestershire sauce. Or like roasted potatoes. I'm going to roast some potatoes too. So just to kind of eat all of that together is a good fix. And what else? Was I saying something of importance? I can't remember. Oh, so like I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to get to this today, but I also do like to roast extra veggies for the week. So like the rest of these green beans, if I don't do them on the stove, I'll do them in the air fryer. Same setup, like drizzled with olive oil, seasoning. And then also we do fresh asparagus too. And I buy that either at Aldi or I buy that at Sam's. And this was actually, I think this whole package is like $3.99 at Sam's, and usually it's like $7. So I was like, yes, getting one of these. So what's awesome about asparagus is that it is a diuretic. So it helps pull fluid off of your body. So like former competitor over here, I ate asparagus all the time because it helped like with water retention and water weight and stuff like that. So one thing that I love about asparagus is, hey, he goes, it makes your pee smell. That too. And my kids will always be like, we don't want to eat that because it's going to make our pee smell funny. It's fine. It's fine. You guys are fine. But I like it just because it does help with fluid retention. And like, especially if I've been consuming too much salt or booze, okay, what's something that can kind of help me decrease that bloating? Asparagus is a great thing. Don't need anything fancy, just use some asparagus. So asparagus in the oven, roasted, delicious. Asparagus in the air fryer, delicious. I will eat it all the time. All right. So real quick on this autumn squash stew, I'm gonna show you guys how I do that real quick. And this is a great complement to a lunchtime salad as well. So I mean, you can literally make this with 2 ingredients. In the frozen food section at Aldi or Target, this delicious steamable butternut squash. This, and I don't know if you guys have ever had this autumn squash stew from Bread Company, Panera, it is so good. It's one of my favorites, but they add like heavy cream and sugar to it. Of course, that's why it tastes so good. So I just do this in here. I use a little bit of butter olive oil, but you can use butter. My friend Melissa, they own Olivino, which is like a delicious olive oil and balsamic vinegar store, just butter flavored olive oil. So I do about a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon in there to add a little bit of butter flavor. And then I do organic vegetable broth. Same thing from Aldi. Fancy, fancy. And I cover that probably about 2 cups in here. And then I add a little bit of like sea salt and pepper in there. And that's it. Cook it on the stove until it boils. And then let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And then I use an immersion blender. And then I just puree that squash until it turns into like a pureed soup. And that's it. And then you get like, depending on how hungry you are, I don't know what does the serving size say? 3 servings per container. So yeah, about 3 servings of soup out of this. And again, I love to put this with like a Cobb salad at lunch or dinner. And then I add some pumpkin seeds to the top too. I don't feel the need to put any heavy cream or anything in there. I think it's just fine without it. It's like a pureed soup. If you like it to be a little bit more savory, you can add cinnamon or nutmeg, and it really kind of enhances the flavor of the squash too. So yeah, that's an easy one. What's up?
Dad told me to ask you if I can say that. But I don't feel sick.
You don't feel sick. Okay. Amy has laryngitis. She lost her voice on Friday and has an ear infection. And I'm like, we're just not going to play with friends for like a couple days, just to, you know.
Yeah, it's been 2 days.
It's been 2 days, she says. Let's just hang out for a little bit, okay? If you guys want to play outside, that's fine with me, okay? You can play outside, but we're not going to go play at people's houses. You guys can ride bikes, you can roller skate, you can do all of those things outside, okay? But we're not going to play inside today. It's too nice.
No, we're not going to play inside at Abby's house.
Tell Annie and mine have been on their bikes and now they're on the trampoline.
Yeah, you guys were on the trampoline. Did you ride your bike yet today?
No.
Oh, that would be a good thing to do. Go ride your bike. Go ride your bike. Okay. All right, y'all. So egg muffins are going to come out. Excuse me, dear. And oh yeah, we are done. Look at these beauties. They're like popping out of the containers, looking all sorts of delicious, full of veggies. And I typically will just check these with a toothpick to make sure that they're good, and they actually are. They look delicious. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to share? I'm gonna do. Yeah, I know. I want a Trader Joe's over here too. Fresh Time. Oh, the sugar. I think that was Fresh Time. I think I got that at Fresh Time. They actually. I think they have an organic coconut sugar at Aldi. I don't think this one came from there, but I think they do have one at Aldi. That's good. Let's see. What's that?
I'm just putting on your bouncy house right now outside.
Okay. Yeah, give me just a minute and you guys can go play outside. That's fine. Okay. And my lid for my soup. So Immersion Blender is great for all kinds of things, but specifically for pureeing like veggies and soups and stews and stuff. So this is a quick find from Target, cheap, easy, and then you just, what's up, Annie?
So this is my, wait, if you're crossing my computer. And this is my flat bowl and dinner.
That's so silly. Why don't you go play outside? So this, just like the blades on the end, and then it just purees all the things. So that is like whenever I make a soup, I have a potato soup that has cauliflower rice in it. I usually cook the potatoes and the cauliflower rice in like a pot like that, and then I use the Immersion Blender to like puree it, and then I'll add like some corn, or I'll add like a little bit more potatoes, like chunkier potatoes. I'll leave some of the potatoes out, and that way the kiddos don't know that there's a whole bag of cauliflower rice in there, and it just makes it extra veggie friendly. So Shakeology Bowl, let's do that real quick. So these are easy, and one of my favorites for breakfast. So in a bowl, I do about a half cup of this Silk unsweetened vanilla almond milk yogurt. I prefer almond milk yogurt. Dairy just sometimes wreaks havoc on my guts, so I prefer stuff like this. Less inflammation too. So Delicious makes a coconut yogurt as well. It's very liquidy though, so just keep that in mind. This is a little bit thicker on consistency. It's kind of more like real yogurt versus the coconut milk yogurt is a little bit thinner. But I usually do this, and then I mix in a packet of Shakeology, and then I add, depending on how thick I want it, I add a little bit of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I'm talking just a second. And then also I'll just mix all those things together. Add a little cinnamon if you want to. Top with chopped like fresh berries or like whole berries. I do strawberries, I do blueberries. And then on top, I'll also do a little bit of granola, coconut flakes, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, all kinds of things like that. If I'm feeling like I really need the chocolate, I'll add some chocolate chips in there too. And that just makes a quick 5-minute breakfast, not even 5 minutes. So that's kind of my go-to. That's been kind of my go-to for breakfast, especially if I'm like rushing the kids to school and trying to have an easy breakfast too. Healthy breakfast as well. So, hey, careful. That oatmeal bake is looking really good. And that sheet pan is also. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do some green beans and asparagus on this other sheet pan. And check on my chicken tenderloins are done. I'm gonna throw another batch of those in there. And then I am going to show you my favorite meal prep containers. And then that'll be it for us today. Cleanup is probably my least favorite part of meal prep, but the containers make it really, really easy. So let's get the asparagus out real quick. These are these are some of my favorites. So these are Amazon finds. My gift to myself this year is going to be investing in like the glass Pyrex containers, but we're just not there yet. But these are good from Amazon. They're BPA free. You can find like the 3 container ones, or also there's like the 2 container ones or the 1 container ones. So whether we're just throwing veggies in here or doing like the sheet pan of like sausage and veggies will go in these. We'll split those up into like 4 servings. Portion out, you know, like our chicken tenderloins and like potatoes and green beans or asparagus in here. And then they're just like grab and go. So like when Luke's traveling, he'll just grab one of these and take them with. Yes.
So I make it clean.
Yeah, I'm almost finished and then we'll talk, okay? Did you get enough to eat for lunch?
Yeah.
Have you drank any water today?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Some more water.
Oh, where's your cup? Let's find it. All right. So this squash soup is not yet boiling, but once it does, I'm gonna just simmer that a little bit. Here, do you want one of these? Do you want like a water bottle?
Mm-hmm. But that one is broken.
That one's broken. Why are we keeping it on life? 100 water bottles. Here you go. That one's a good one.
My pink.
Okay. Well,
Because as it falls, it won't like open and spill.
oh, good choice.
It's
You
like
can add some ice in that too.
it's like impossible to open.
It's impossible to open. Okay. I think we're good.
Like 100 degrees.
Like 100 degrees. Yeah, it's hot in this kitchen. So asparagus, I'm gonna rinse that, chop it up, throw it on here. My soup is now boiling, so I'm gonna turn that down. And we are gonna finish cooking this stuff. We're gonna portion it all out. I will share it in the group. A after picture. Probably should have taken it before, but holy crap, my kitchen was a mess. And then we are prepped for several days ahead, and almost an hour.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. I've made a lot of things.
Mom, you literally been on your Zoom for an hour.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really?
Okay, could you please help me open it?
Yes, I can.
It's impossible.
Impossible. Use your big kitty muscles.
I'm trying, but I feel like it's gonna spill everywhere.
Okay. So I just chopped the ends off on this asparagus, and then same drizzle with olive oil. And I'm just gonna do a lemon pepper on these. Oh girl, you might be needing to take a rest today.
No, it's just that air went into my mouth, and it made me cough.
Mom, Jersey's sleeping on Grandma Brennan's purse.
Aw.
Oh. What?
Jersey's sleeping on Grandma Brennan's purse.
All right, so asparagus and green beans are seasoned. They're going in the oven. Tonight, we're actually gonna cook that turkey tenderloin. We're gonna have that, and we're gonna roast some potatoes. And that will be an easy dinner with veggies for tonight. I think my oatmeal bake is done. So I'm gonna pull that out real quick and just check it and show you guys how deliciously yummy that looks.
What's that?
Breakfast, it's like oatmeal. But it's like muffin, it's like blueberry lemon muffins, but it's like in a square. So this, like all the melty blueberries, it smells amazing. Smell this. It's hot.
And it smells so good. Can I smell it? It smells like cinnamon rolls.
Like cinnamon rolls?
It does.
It's
Will
gonna-
it smell what it tastes like?
Probably gonna, yeah. It's probably gonna taste, will it smell what it tastes like? It's probably gonna taste kind of like that lemon cake that you guys like
I'm
from
having a
Starbucks.
frozen yogurt.
You just had one at breakfast.
I
Oh,
got
the other
one.
kind.
Ash, how's the consistency of that and the texture? Is it more like oatmeal or is it more like a apple crisp?
Just kind of thick like a muffin. It's not really gooey. So that was what, 30 minutes that I baked it. Okay, 30 minutes and counting. Oh, stop. Yeah, I baked it for about 30 minutes and it's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a muffin or kind of like banana bread. Like it's not, I mean, it's dense, but it's not too thick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just wondered, I don't like the texture of oatmeal, but
Yeah,
I like
like-
oatmeal like on like a apple crisp or like stuff like that. So I was just wondering.
You don't like oatmeal on an apple crisp or?
I like it if it's
Oh,
on
okay.
apple crisp, but I don't like oatmeal.
Yeah, it's not like gooey like oatmeal at all. Like it's, yeah, just kind of like a muffin, I guess. The only thing is, like, I use old-fashioned oats, half old-fashioned oats and half quick oats because I didn't have all old-fashioned oats. Quick oats, like, melt a little bit better, so they're like less. You guys, give me like 2 minutes, okay?
I have a joke.
Yes.
Okay, what's a dragon's favorite snack?
What?
Firecrackers.
Firecrackers. Oh man, all the jokes today. So like you can tell like the oats, these are like the old fashioned oats that are like big and
Uh-huh.
oaty in there. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's like a, kind of like a bread, you know. So you can always like have this and then like do like a small container of it and see if, you know, you're, but it's not like gooey at all. So yeah.
So glad I put like 10 frozen yogurts in there
Yeah.
because I love frozen yogurts.
So this squash soup is done.
Mom, so you know how to make stuff? Can you make that? Mom,
Gingerbread cookies?
I'm
What?
gonna play with Abby.
Okay, go play.
Bye.
We're not done yet on the soup. We're gonna have to give it a little bit more time boiling because they're not as soupy as I'd like. Yeah. So that squash, that frozen squash, will break down really, really good. And then it'll just kind of fall apart. Watch out, Annie. And our sheet pan is done. So that is all bubbly and
Honestly,
crisp. And the sausages. Yeah, they look delicious. Don't they smell good? All right. Well, it's 2 o'clock. I am going to finish up in here. I'm going to finish up my chicken tenderloins and get all of that stuff prepped. As far as my salads go, I kind of just make them as I go, but mason jar is great for taking salads to go. So just putting your, either doing dressing in a separate container or putting it on the bottom and then putting things like peppers and tomatoes and carrots and stuff on top of it, because otherwise it'll get really, really goopy with the lettuce. Like the lettuce will just get kind of wilty. So so I try to do like hard veggies on top of the dressing whenever I do a mason jar, but I usually just assemble mine as I go. That's it. Alrighty.